Hi, I'm Mrs. Phillips, and welcome to the new school year. This is 2009-2010 school year. My office hours are Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if you need to get in touch with me, call me then. There are a couple times, like when I'm in Illuminate, I won't be able to answer because I'm going to be in Illuminate. That's okay, just leave a message anyway. If it's outside of those hours, just leave a message. Sometimes well after 3 o'clock I'm still sitting here, so go ahead and give me a call anyway. There's a couple of things that I wanted to go over on this video, and that's why I want to give you this information. So let's get started. Who's who? The principals are, the main principal is Mr. Condren, and his assistant principal is Mr. Berry. I report directly to Mr. Berry, so you can contact either one of them if you've got any issues. There's like 5 or 6 assistant principals. You can contact any of them because they can help you, but these are just names and numbers that you can have. So here's their phone numbers, their extensions, and it's toll free. Another phone number that you would want to keep in mind is the help desk, which is toll free again. The hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., which I think is really cool because then they have evening hours so that you can call in the evening to get stuff helped. And then Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. So you have all day Saturday to call them and get help. But Sunday they're closed, so they get the day off then. And this math class is a 10th grade math class. And so it teaches the 10th grade math standards, which is the geometry, number sense, algebra, measurement, data analysis, and probability. And it's gearing you up for the 10th grade OGTs. There will be calculators that you will want to use. If you're in 10th grade, they're going to send you this red calculator. So you're going to get that. It's only for 10th graders, though. If you're in 11th or 12th, they're going to assume that you were 10th grade last year and that you were sent the calculator. And I do have a lot of 9th graders, which is probably your freshmore, is what the deal is. You're not going to be taking the OGTs this year, so they're not going to send you a calculator. So you can go out and buy one. It's the TI-30XIIS. You can go to Walmart, Target, Myers. They're about $15. They were on sale lately for about $12 or $13. So you can get one, and they're helpful because they get you used to using this kind of a calculator. When you take the OGTs, there's like 5 questions that if you know how to use the calculator, boom, you've got those 5 questions correct. So it would be good to get the calculator. Although you don't have to, if money is an issue, then you can always use the computer calculator, which has the scientific view and then the standard view. So that's going to be everything that you need. The only reason why I would recommend getting the calculators at the store is so that you get familiar with the calculator. If you have any questions on those calculators, give me a call. Expectations. I do want you to set aside at least 2 hours a day to work on the math. This is because you're going to need to watch videos, read through the math, practice the problems, definitely practice the problems, and then take the quizzes. So it is going to take time, at least 2 hours. I wouldn't be surprised if you have to take more. But be prepared. Have your paper, pencil, and a calculator with you at the computer because you will want to write things down. You will want to practice this stuff. When you're watching the videos, you can work along with them. You can print off the lesson notes, which I highly recommend. Print those notes off, and then you, as you go through the videos, reading the textbook, you can just take notes again. And these notes you can use on the quizzes. So it's open book, open note. A pacing calendar. This comes in handy because it tells you exactly what assignments are due when. It's on the calculator, which is posted on the main home page, and you can get it there. There's also in course information you can find it. So definitely print this off and paste it to your wall so that way you can stay up to it. If you fall behind, work on the weekends to get caught up because you don't want to get behind because it gets difficult when you're behind to get caught back up. But definitely call me if you have any questions because I would love to answer them. Let me know if you have any computer issues so that way I know what's going on. I can also help you brainstorm to find out other avenues to work on the computer, other resources, or send out packet work. Just definitely let me know what's going on. And again, if you have questions, let me know because I would love to answer them, especially with the math. I want to keep you working. I want you to get through this class and pass the OGTs. Truancy. You need to do work every day in every class. So you can't just work on one class, get that finished, and then work on the next. You need to work in every class. You need to work at least 5 hours a day at ECOT or 25 hours a week. So however you need to juggle that to get your 25 hours in, that's fine. But truancy is a possibility. So definitely don't fall into that, because if you are truant, you could eventually lead to go to court over it. And we don't want you to go to court. We want you to pass a class, pass the OGTs, and graduate. Okay, the grading scale is the 90 to 100, which is the normal grading scale. And the quizzes, what I do want you to know about the quizzes is that you can take each of them twice. So if you fail it the first time, I'll reset it for you and you can retake it. If you take it the first time and you don't like your score, you think the score is too low and you can do better, you can resubmit your answers as your second chance and then raise your score that way. So to raise your grade, just email me the new answers to the problems that you missed. I'll grade them and I'll update your score and let you know how you did. You do need to make sure that you tell me which quiz these new answers go to, because I won't know that. But also you will need to keep track of the answers and the problems that you missed. I won't be able to give that for you. If I have 180 kids, I can't keep going in and checking which were the problems that you missed on each of your quizzes. So definitely keep track of that. It does show you that information after you take the quiz. It shows you which ones you missed. So you can just write those down and know, hey, I can rework these. I would recommend that you print off the quizzes, and they're in the printable packets. Print those off, and that way you can take these quizzes by hand and then just plug in your answers. And that way you've got the answers that you chose, so you know which ones are right. You can just plug in the ones that are right if you have to retake it. And Illuminate. I am going to be holding Illuminate classes every day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. and Tuesday, Thursday it's at 8 a.m. I know that's kind of early, but there were some restrictions on when I could hold the Illuminate classes, so I tried to keep it standard. So that's why I went with the morning hours. I am going to be recording them every day, so you can check on the recordings if you miss it. There's one made for today, the first day of school already, so you can check that one out. If you watch the recording and you still have questions, you can always call me. But there's study tables. There's going to be live ECOT Integrated Math 2 teachers that are going to be at these study tables Monday through Friday. And it's a variety of hours. But notice that in the evening, it's always at 8 o'clock at night, which is nice. That way you can get in there in the evening. If you need a headset, just email me and let me know. If you don't have one or if it's broke, I can always have one sent out to you, but you can still attend the Illuminates. Just turn on your speakers. And homework checks. I did want to mention this because you will need a working printer, but mostly a working scanner, because I do want you to print off the homework sheet and then write out by hand to show all of your work. If your printer's not working, you can still show your work on a piece of paper, but then you're going to need to scan that in to me. So make sure that your scanner works. Call the help desk. If there's issues with your scanner, call and let me know, because last year we had students using digital cameras and then attaching that to the Dropbox. I also had students taking their camera phones, taking pictures of that, and they would just email it to me. So there's a variety of ways of getting that into me, but I do need to see it scanned. I can't see it typed up at all. I need to see your handwritten work. And student contact information is a sheet that I'm going to be sending out. It's just cell phones, emails, information for me to help get in touch with you. Fill it out. You do get bonus points for it, so send it back to me. And if you have any questions, definitely call me. I would love to answer your math questions, even ECOT questions, so call me. Mostly I want you to be successful in this class, pass the OGTs, and have a great year.